Today is 3rd of August 2025. Since the first day, I have been talking about the development of controlling faculties. In other words, developing self-control, which is the one of the benefits can be enjoyed through practicing meditation. There are 9 causative factors to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. And recently, I have been talking about the second and the third causative factors to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. And they are practicing respectfully. This is the second one. And practicing with unbroken continuity. This is the third one. Since there are new meditators, that's why I would like to do some revision. Meditators have to practice respectfully and continuously. These two are the main causative factors to develop the mindfulness, concentration, and wisdom, or to improve in meditation, or to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. And when you talk about practicing respectfully, yogis have to control their eyes. Texts mention to act as if blind, though one has eyes to see. That means to restrain eyes to not to look here and there. In any reason, if you have to look, you have to note. Looking, seeing. Yogis can't easily admit the defilements to the mind. Yogis practice for the purification of the mind. While you are practicing for the purification of the mind, you can't easily admit or let the kilesas to enter in the mind. That's why yogis should restrain their eyes. Secondly, to act as deaf, although one can hear, means not taking interest about these sounds, not pricking up the ears, not getting involved into the sounds that you hear during practice. Again, to prevent the impurities. And to act as if ignorant, though one has so many knowledges, although one have so many experiences about the practice, if you behave like an ignorant, that would be quite supportive to improve in your practice. Your mind will not keep analyzing, your mind will not keep judging, especially there will not be conceit or proud. So yogis have to behave like ignorant. Meanwhile, yogis have to behave like mute. Although yogis are capable to talk, speak, means to keep noble silence, to not to talk with other yogis, unless it is absolutely needed. And the fourth one is to act as if weak, although one is strong. That is for doing everything slowly, to not to do fastly, suddenly, quickly. That is why from the very first day we instruct yogis, meditators, to control eyes, to do everything slowly, mindfully. Because these are to improve, to make progress in meditation, and these are mentioned under the statement of practicing respectfully. If you follow these features, if you follow these statements, then you can improve easily, quickly in the meditation. Your progress will be quite fast, unless your progress will not be fast. It would be quite slow. And it would be quite hard to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. So this is about practicing respectfully. And meanwhile, you have to show respect to the object, the presently arising object. When you observe it, you have to aim accurately. Aiming factor is needed. When you observe the presently arising object, whether it is rising, falling, whether it is mental object, whether it is unpleasant, pleasant, unpleasant sensation, whether it is movement of foot, or whether it is daily activity. You have to aim first, then need to apply sufficient effort. That sufficient effort propels your mind to the meditative object. That sufficient energy which assists you to get on time to catch the meditative object. That sufficient energy which helps you to penetrate into the meditative object. So accurate aiming. Aiming is needed, aiming factor. For example, if you are about to observe rising, falling, you have to aim at abdomen. You have to aim at abdomen. You have to direct your mind towards abdomen. Aiming is needed. If you are about to observe the movements of foot, you have to aim at foot. You have to direct your mind towards the food. Meanwhile, you have to apply sufficient energy. Mind must be energetic enough, enthusiastic enough, active enough to catch that object on right time. If you apply these two mental factors, these mental qualities, accurately, sufficiently, that is also about practicing respectfully. If you don't, then again you are not practicing respectfully. These two qualities are crucial because these two qualities permit the mindfulness to arise. If these two qualities are not there, then mindfulness cannot be developed. Hence, therefore, these two qualities must be applied while observing presently arising object. So means every moment yogis should aim at presently arising object and use sufficient energy. While observing rising and falling, while observing mind and mental objects, while observing sensation, and so on. So this is about the practicing respectfully. The second is practicing continuously, unbroken continuity. Means we don't practice respectfully for a moment, not for a few seconds, not for a few minutes. We practice from early morning until we go to the bed. Continuously we have to practice. Continuously we have to observe. There should not be gap. There should not be interval. There should not be break between two mindfulness or two energy, two mindfulness, two concentration. They must be connected to each other. Previous mindfulness or preceding mindfulness must be connected to succeeding mindfulness. Previous energy must be connected to succeeding energy. Previous concentration must be connected to succeeding concentration. Then only momentum develops. As I just mentioned, yogis have to apply the accurate aiming and sufficient energy from the very first day, from the very initial observation. Yogis should apply these two mental factors. As you apply again and again, they get momentum. Accurate aiming and sufficient effort get momentum. And when these two mental factors get momentum, then they permit to arise mindfulness. This is how mindfulness develops. If there is no momentum, then mindfulness will not develop. So to get momentum, there should not be break, there should not be gap, there should not be interval. They must be connected to each other. They must be connected to each other. And again, if to develop mindfulness which hasn't arisen yet, And if mindfulness has already arisen, to give momentum to mindfulness again, need to observe continuously. Need to observe continuously. Because the momentum of mindfulness again permits to concentration to arise. If there is no momentum of mindfulness, then concentration will not develop. So to develop concentration, you need to give momentum for mindfulness. So again, we can say that to develop the concentration which has an horizon, to arise, to give arise to concentration, momentum is needed. And again, to give momentum to concentration, again need unbroken continuity, which will permit to arise the wisdom, So to develop the wisdom that hasn't arisen yet, again, momentum should be built. That's why unbroken continuity is the third and the crucial causative factor to improve in meditation, or to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. So this is what I have been talking about, the second and the third causative factors to develop and sharpen the controlling faculties. They are practicing respectfully and practicing with unbroken continuity. So would like to request all the yogis again once more to restrain your eyes. Don't look here and there. Keep your eyes always down, casting down. Whether you are in meditation hall, whether you are in dining hall, whether you are on the way to dining hall, wherever you are, keep your eyes restrained. Don't look here and there. If you do so, you are practicing respectfully. Keep your ear restrained, not showing interest to the sounds, not pricking up your ears. Then to behave like a new yogi who knows nothing, no matter how much experience you have, no matter how much knowledge you have about the Dhamma, about the Buddha's teaching, behave like a new meditator who knows nothing, and behave like a mute, not to talk, to keep noble silence, and behave like a weak person. A weak person moves slowly. He or she does everything slowly. So yogis are requested to do everything slowly, not just slowly, but mindfully as well. Do slowly and mindfully. If you do so, you will see progress. You will see the result. And to practice continuously, not we practice respectfully for some time, but should practice continuously, always. 24/7 we have to practice. And as I have just mentioned, if you practice continuously in this way, And if you practice respectfully, the quality that I have been talking keep developing, the qualities, mental faculties, controlling faculties keep developing. For example, what I have just mentioned about practicing respectfully, when you restrain your eyes, you keep under control that mind which wants to look here and there. On the very first day, I did talk very much about the control, self-control. What is self-control? And at that time, I did talk about the control about the sense doors. I talk about the lack of sense door, or lack of control in sense doors. So when you restrain your eyes at that moment, consciously, unconsciously, you keep developing controlling faculties or self-control. Mind wants to look here and there, but you restrain and you have control over that intention which wants to look here and there. So if every moment you keep restraining your eyes, you have control over that intention which wants to look here and there. When you restrain your ears, there is the control over the mind which wants to pick up, which wants to listen this and that. Again, when you keep noble silence, you have control about the intention, about the mind which wants to keep talking. And when you behave like a weak person, you have control over the intention which wants to move quickly, fastly. So consciously, unconsciously, knowingly, unknowingly, yogis keep developing the self-control. In that sense also, yogis have to practice respectfully. These are immediate benefits. As soon as you follow the instructions, you get benefits right away. You don't need to wait in future. Right away, you gain these benefits. And when you keep observing the presently rising object with great effort, with great desire to penetrate into that object, at that time also the mind which wants to think this and that, which wants to keep wondering, mainly, especially like supported, assisted by the impurities, they are also under control. As you know, your mind tends to or intend to think this and that, wants to keep wondering. It doesn't like to stay in a meditative object, in cool and calm manner. It doesn't like. So when you keep observing the presently arising object with great effort, with great desire, at that time also you keep developing the controlling faculties, or you keep developing the self-control. So in that sense also, yogis Keep developing self-control each and every moment. More than that, in addition to these, when yogis develop mindfulness by application of sufficient effort and accurate aiming, when mindfulness develops, mindfulness protects the mind. Mindfulness protects the mind just as bodyguard or security guard or border guard protects what they are assigned to. So the mindfulness is like a protector. It protects the mind from impurities. It protects the mind from defilements. It does not merely protect, but also defends and blocks. Defends and blocks. It does not allow defilements to enter in the mind. It does not allow the defilements to enter in the mind. It protects, it blocks, and it defends. There is the sense of defense is there. And as mind is protected, as the mindfulness protects the mind, defends the mind, blocks, mind become well protected, mind become well guarded. There will be the sense of protection or sense of security will be there. There will be safetyness. Safety will be there. And when mindfulness protects, defends, blocks, in this way, your mind becomes free from defilements. Your mind becomes free from defilements. We can say when mindfulness is present, your mind is free from defilements. So there is the sense of liberation or deliverance is there when mindfulness is present. In other words, we can say mindfulness prevents and it does cure. Yes, prevention is better than cure, but at the beginning of the practice, your mindfulness may not be strong enough. No matter how much you try, at times defilements enter in your mind, but there is still some sort of awareness and mind realize the defilements which has entered in your mind. Then again, you note and dispel. So immediate noting is like immediate cure. By observing presently arising object, you prevent your mind to not to enter the defilements. Because of the weak mindfulness at the beginning of the practice, in any reason, if defilements enter in the mind, Again, the awareness realize, and again you note and you dispel. So prevention, the sense of prevention and cure is also there. This is how your mind become free from defilements at the presence of mindfulness. When mindfulness is there, when mindfulness is present, you have freedom. Your mind is free. This is the real, genuine freedom. Sometimes we need freedom in the sense of the freeness, whatever to do, whatever we like to do. That is not the real freedom. The real freedom is free from defilements. So freedom is here. And when mind is free from impurities, defilements, then calmness is there. Mental calmness is there. Because impurities are the reasons or the cause which make our mind agitated, restless, calmless. Like these impurities stir up the emotion, reactions, mental noise. They are the main cause of lack of calmness. As you don't have, as mind is free from impurities, automatically calmness generates, calmness develops. This calmness you can enjoy each and every moment. Each and every moment. In each breathing, you can enjoy this calmness. If your mind is, if you have mindfulness, strong mindfulness, in each rising, falling, you can enjoy this calmness. In each step, in each lifting, in each dropping, in each lifting, moving and dropping. In every daily activities, you can enjoy this calmness. So timeless calmness is there. Calmness develops when mindfulness is present. The stronger mindfulness, the stronger calmness. Again, you have to understand in this way. If your mindfulness is weak, then your protection is not good. Your protection is still not good. Defense not yet good. Blocking yet to be good. And if when protection, defense is not good, not strong, then mind is not well guarded, not well protected, no guarantee of safetyness, not assured safetyness. Hence, a good deliverance or freedom is not there, and strong calmness is not there, or greater calmness is not there. That's why the stronger mindfulness, the stronger calmness, or the greater calmness will be there. Yogis will enjoy that. And again, not just calmness, consciously, unconsciously, knowingly, unknowingly, mental joy is there, mental bliss is there, which are generated by the seclusion of mind. Seclusion of mind generates or produces the joy or mental bliss naturally. You don't need to do anything to generate joy and mental bliss. As mind becomes secluded or free from defilements, impurities, that seclusion, that freedom automatically, naturally generates the mental bliss, mental calm, mental bliss and joy. So calmness is there, joy is there, and mental bliss is there. At the beginning of the practice, you may not experience or you may not realize, again, because maybe your mindfulness is not strong yet, your mindfulness is not really dominating the defilements. Maybe that reason you may not know by yourself at the early stage of the practice, but you are guaranteed that whenever mindfulness is present, these benefits you keep enjoying. Whenever mindfulness is there, definitely freedom is there. Whenever freedom is there, mental calmness is there. Whenever freedom is there, joy is there, mental bliss is there. So all these benefits you keep enjoying at the moment of mindfulness, when mindfulness is there. When mindfulness is present. If you like to enjoy these benefits each and every moment, then each and every moment you have to develop mindfulness. Very simple. If you want to enjoy these benefits in rising of abdomen, then you have to develop mindfulness in rising. Means by observing rising. If you want to enjoy in falling, then you have to develop mindfulness in falling. If you want to enjoy when you lift, then be mindful. When you move, then be mindful. If you want to enjoy in dropping, then be mindful. Develop mindfulness, good mindfulness, strong mindfulness. That is why I just mentioned every single breathe in and breathe out can contain calmness, peacefulness, joy, mental bliss. Every single rising, falling can contain these benefits. Every single step can contain these benefits. And again, when this mindfulness gets momentum, no doubt, concentration, also arise. When mindfulness gets momentum, naturally concentration arises. It is also because the presence of mental bliss. When mental bliss, we call it as sukha in Pali. When mental happiness, we also call mental happiness. Mental bliss is there, then that is the nearest cause to develop concentration. So mindfulness permits, the momentum of mindfulness permits to arise concentration. Concentration will be there. Another benefit you enjoy, and concentration is the fourth controlling faculties. Do not forget, there are 5 controlling faculties that we have been discussing for Saddha, faith and confidence. Second, effort, viriya, effort. The third, sati, mindfulness. Fourth is samadhi, concentration. This is how the fourth controlling faculty develops. To develop the fourth controlling faculty, mindfulness needs to get momentum. When mindfulness gets momentum, naturally concentration develops, and you enjoy the development of concentration. And when concentration develops, mind becomes even more free from defilements because it dispels the obsessive defilements, impurities. It dispels, it eliminates all the obsessive defilements. It is potential to dispel. It has capacity or power to dispel the obsessive kilesas or defilements. And when it dispels obsessive defilements, mind even become more pure, more clean, more free from defilements. Then when more freedom, then again is stronger calmness, stronger peace, stronger joy, stronger mental bliss arise. These are the immediate benefits that yogis enjoys while practicing meditation. As soon as you develop mindfulness, you get these benefits. When you applied accurate aiming, when you apply the sufficient energy, at that time also you enjoy benefits. I have already mentioned your mind become free from 3 kinds of wrongful thoughts: the sensuous thought, the ill will aversion, and the hateful or violent thoughts. At the same time, your mind is free from sloth and torpor. When effort is there, sufficient effort is there, your mind is free from laziness. And they permit to arise mindfulness. When mindfulness develops, it protects, it guards, It defends, it blocks, well-guarded, well-protected mind, then freedom, then calmness, then joy, mental bliss, then concentration arises, develops, and concentration brings even stronger freedom, greater freedom, stronger peace, calm, and mental bliss and joy. The joy and mental bliss that arise when concentration is present, we call the joy and mental bliss generated by concentration. When mindfulness is present, the joy and mental bliss is generated by seclusion of mind. They are different. So here, when concentration develops, joy and mental bliss generated by concentration. So that joy and mental bliss develop. So these are the immediate benefits yogis can enjoy having when yogis develop mindfulness and concentration. So that is why yogis need to be respectful to practice, and yogis need to practice with unbroken continuity. That is why I'm repeatedly emphasizing these two are the main causative factors in order to develop the controlling faculties which haven't yet developed, and to sharpen the controlling faculties which have already developed. To sharpen and, yes, later to fulfill the controlling faculties, you need to be very respectful to the practice each and every moment, and need to be aware, be mindful each and every moment. So that's why all the yogis practice respectfully and continuously. So for today, may you all be able to practice respectfully and continuously. By practicing respectfully and continuously, may you be able to develop the mindfulness, concentration, yes, later wisdom, which haven't arisen yet, may you be able to develop them. If they have already developed, may you be able to sharpen them, fulfill them, and by development of these controlling faculties, as I just mentioned, may you be able to enjoy the freedom, the calmness, the peacefulness, the joy, mental bliss, and of course, the genuine happiness.